So one thing I want to show here is adjusting the control arms, upper control arms, to center the axle side to side. So right now my passenger side is just sticking out slightly, a little bit more than the driver's side. So I'll show you how I go and do it. So I'm under the car right now. You can see the upper control arms right here and here. They're both adjustable, of course. So the way I want to adjust my rear end is I want to bring it this way. So to do that, you would lengthen the side that you are trying to pull in, and then you would shorten the side that you are pulling towards. So you would do it by the same amount of adjustment you do on this side to the other side, just because that will maintain the same pinion angle. And to adjust the pinion angle itself, you would move the adjuster the same direction on both sides. So if you shorten the control arms, it pulls the pinion angle down, and if you lengthen the control arms, it pushes it up. So that's how you would adjust the pinion angle. In this case, I have a tip on adjusting the arms, trying to figure out which way you're going. So if you're trying to shorten the arm, what I would do is you take the adjuster nut that's closest to the frame, you spin it, and you see how it's going away from the adjuster. That means if you spin this adjuster nut the same way, it's going to bring the arm in, and you're gonna effectively shorten the arm, and that's how you shorten it. And then if you go the other way, you see how it gets closer to the adjuster. So now if you spin that same direction, it actually lengthens the arm, and you can see once you start adjusting it, you'll see the threads start appearing right here from this guy. You'll have to break both jam nuts loose, but that's an easy way to remember which way to adjust it. So if you want to go lengthen, you would make the adjuster go this way, and if you want to adjust it longer, then you would spin it this way pretty much, and then you should see the threads come up out of here. Okay, so here's my suggestion. So what you should do is, you can see how it's a lot more aligned now, but it is definitely a challenge to kind of measure what the space is. So what I do is I take like a plumb bob and then kind of just tape it up here, and then I will put a tape measure and then just measure the distance from like the axle end to the string, and then that'll give me a pretty good guesstimate of where it is. And then I can align both sides like that. And then what I also do is, sometimes I get confused which way I'm loosening the jam nuts. So if you are like me and you forget, just take the drive shaft off, put an angle finder right there, and then what you can do is you can just move either upper control arms the way you want it, and you can see the angle adjusting. So based on the pinion angle you're going for, you just aim for that, and then you just play around with the adjusters till both sides are even, and then also the pinion angle is the correct angle. So this got me pretty close now. So both sides are pretty much perfect. So now I just need to tighten up the jam nuts, and obviously you have to disconnect your drive shaft to get the end here, because there's no real good spot to read the angle on the pumpkin for the Impala SS. So that's where I'm just pulling it off from, and I just get this. So what you can do is you can put the angle finder on your damper pretty much in the exact same way, and it'll give you the exact same, it should be around the exact same number, because it should be 2.5 degrees. At least my motor's pointing down 2.5 degrees downwards, so the pinion angle should match that. in which case this one's 2.4 degrees, and literally just like a little turn will adjust that. So now I just need to tighten up the jam nuts, and hopefully everything is good there.